and you go to dimdim.com. So you guys are all seeing this, right? Click Start Meeting, and then I enter my username and password. One of the things that's different about DimDim than the others is everything's through a web browser. I haven't done the others yet, but from the reviews I hear some of them involve downloading software. So I've done a lot of Skype with collaborators, and that will require your collaborator having downloaded Skype. But DimDim doesn't. So you just do it through the web browser, and I'm going to click Host Meeting. If you're the presenter, there is some add-on that gets downloaded, but it's something small and quick. It's not some standalone software, it's just something that adds onto your browser. And so after you click Host Meeting, then all these options come up. You can list emails of people that you want to invite, and it'll automatically send them an email with the link to your website, to the website that they go to participate in this DimDim meeting. The features you can turn off and on. You can have camera and microphone, or microphone only, or camera only. Chatting, that's the little window where people can type in questions or comments. Computer screen sharing, web page sharing, participant list, recording the session, whiteboard, documents. These are all different kind of features. Also, people, if you don't want to do the audio through there's a voice over the internet, a VoIP thing like Skype that you use here. If you don't want to use that, then DimDim gives you you can call in, have it as a conference call. And all this stuff is actually free. If you want to have more than 20 participants in your meeting, then you start paying. So I paid $100 a year to be able to have, I think, 40 or 50 participants in each one of my meetings. It's open source too, so this is, I'm not sure if, I know there are universities that have DimDim integrated with their Moodle or Noodle teaching tools. So I'm not sure if they paid DimDim to do that, or if they just took the open source code and did that themselves, but those are other options. Anyhow, I just used the DimDim servers. Anyway, I'm just going to use the default settings, start the meeting, and so you're probably going to get a nice shot of my waist here from the camera when this thing starts up. One thing about DimDim is that since the voice over the internet is just through the browser, you don't download a whole application like Skype. It's very simple, so they don't have good noise canceling software. So all the audio should be done through a microphone. Or you need headphones. You can't have speakers broadcasting. So I have a headset that I use instead of using the microphone on here. Ask me if it can connect to the microphone and to the... Okay, so now you can probably see this. Oh, hang on. So what I'm going to do is share a presentation. We'll just continue on with the presentation that I started with you here. So, online teaching. So this is the PowerPoint. You can upload PowerPoint presentations. One thing about the PowerPoint presentations or PDF presentations is that you want to check this ahead of time. I've had problems with this in the past with DimDim where some didn't upload correctly. Basically, DimDim takes your PowerPoint or PDF and converts it into some standard internet file format. I forget the type of file. But that's definitely something that you need to check well in advance of trying to implement DimDim. Okay, so now I think you can see there's a video of me. There's a little bar going for my voice. If we had speakers, or if we turn those speakers on, you'd probably hear me with a whole bunch of echoing because I don't have a headset on. There's no one else participating in this meeting. Here's typically how I have it is I have this chat up here so my students can say, that doesn't make sense, and then I can, re-explain or try and clarify what I was talking about. Let's see. Oops. Meeting will be stay closed. Whoops, I think I just clicked the wrong one. I clicked in meeting on accident. I meant to click this. I have to check. Okay, so where were we? Let me just go. DimDim overview. So we have an AV room, so that's you hearing what I'm saying now. You can see me, because I have a camera on here as well. You can see my PowerPoint slides. You can see this pointer moving around. See that red dot? You can point on things, and then there's these tools over here that allow you to, kind of write on the screen, and the participants can write as well. Or you can click on this locking thing that will basically make it so other people can't write on it. I don't know. Maybe your students were acting out of line or something. I don't know why else you would lock people.
Can you have an image from a classroom someplace when you're teaching the class from here? When you see the class?
Yep. Yes, you can have 2 videos going at a time.
Okay, 2.
The host of the meeting, and you can assign a video camera to any other participant in your meeting. So for example, if there was a computer right here that was another participant in the meeting,
Right.
you could give that a camera. And there's tools here that do different things, draw different kinds of things, or zoom in or zoom out on this page. Whiteboard. So a whiteboard is basically the same thing we're seeing here, but without my slide on it. And so you'd use the same tools to write out equations. And I've just solved some equations before with my tablet peripheral doing that, but I haven't done it in class. I don't actually have the best handwriting, so I do everything with PowerPoint, have all my equations written out ahead of time. And where I thought I was going to use this was in office hours. And office hours students would come and say, hey, this doesn't work, and I wouldn't have a PowerPoint prepared for that specific question perhaps, and so I could use this on the fly to solve equations. But outside of just a half an hour of goofing around with this thing after I bought it, I haven't tried it out, so I don't know. I can't tell you how well it works. Let's see, what else do we have here? So you can share your computer screen. That's one of these options in the upper left. So that means they could see everything you're doing, not just your PowerPoint slides, but they could see you doing other things on your computer. And what I've read from the reviews is that doesn't work very well on DimDim, so I haven't even attempted to use it.
So I guess when you use a whiteboard, anybody from both sides, 2 sides, both of them can interact on the same whiteboard. Right?
Exactly.
But how about PowerPoint? Could they go in and point at the PowerPoint too?
Yep, they can't unless you click on this locking button.
Great. So some of them can't do that. So.
Yeah. And it would be anonymous. Whoever is writing on the screen, you wouldn't know who was writing.
Unless you have a camera.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you would know, actually.
Well,
That's right without their head moving.
Yeah, there's only 2 cameras at a time, and if you had 20 students in your class, you wouldn't know who was writing. So like I mentioned, it's free for 20 participants. It's cheap for larger meetings. It's easy. That's one thing that DimDim advertises, and I agree. It is easy to use. It's open source. Some people like that. There have been efforts to integrate this with Moodle and all these other online teaching tools. I guess Ohio State and the University of Pennsylvania have these things, I think, with Moodle. It's in development. They just came out of their beta phase. So I've had problems from time to time. One problem I had is that at times I don't know if you've used VoIP stuff before, but at times, it's I don't know, it kind of cuts in and cuts out, so they miss like your 3rd and 5th word, and that's no good. I don't like that at all. So I've tried to find out what the story is and how to make sure that never happens, and to the best of I guess partly suspicion and partly from research, what I've decided to do was not have video, because I think video takes up a good amount of their internet bandwidth. So if all they have to do is get my voice, and not these images, then that solves that. And so far, I haven't had any complaints since I switched to turning off the video. I also asked all my students to connect with Ethernet and only to connect from high-speed internet locations. So that might have been another thing that eliminated that choppiness, that's what they call that, problem.
You're right, there's a lot of studies like that, as a matter of fact, study what is important in the thing. And exactly as you point out, the video, the picture of you is not important.
It's kind of icing on the
It's a
cake.
good thing to do it up front and then to take it away.
Yeah.
Because it does take a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah. So maybe in the future, as we get more bandwidth, then that'd be a nice thing to have. But for now,
Otherwise, you use two computers just
Right.
for the video. But that's why I'm doing it.
Oh, so okay, so you
I never used DimDim, but I was interested to see what this is. I've used a number of other things. I normally use a regular video conference tool over the internet.
what's that?
I can't remember, it's Israel. It was just bought by the world's largest video conferencing.
Oh, cool.
But then I used, and that's what I normally use, and then I use NetMeeting for sharing my stuff. And I can see the students because I can actually zoom in the camera in the classroom in Sweden when I teach.
No kidding. Alright, well, NetMeeting, I'll add that to my list. Basically, this summer I want to spend some time trying out some different tools. So I'll definitely look into it.